Hi, welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. Today we're going to take a look at adding some moss to some plants to help them look a little better and to finish them off. And we're going to replant a small plant just to get its position a little better. We'll go take a look at these right now. A little aside, some of my seedlings are starting to come up. These are mimosas, and these over here are probably papayas. But these things are starting to come up. Not only that, even on this plant here, which broke off previously, this was a papaya. I've got this little spot of green coming. The rest of the plant needs to be cut off here. Okay, let's go take a look at what we're talking about. This is a wall out on our lanai, and I found sconces yesterday at a flea market. And they have these beautiful patterns on them, and they were only $4 each. I got them and put them there, but as you can see, the plant, which kind of looks good in this position, is hitting the wall back here and this other stuff. And I want to transplant that and make it so it's a little better positioned. It's a nice plant. It's a nice Schefflera. So we're going to redo that one, add some moss and make it look nice so it looks nice up here. And I also have this one, which I've had for a number of years. I recently finally transplanted it to sphagnum moss. It needs some moss. It's a nice shape. I really like the long thing here. We'll maybe clean up some of this under here and re-moss it, make it look better. Okay, let's get to work. Over here we can take a look at this flower, the Buddha plant. This is a Buddha plant. This has this belly on it, and that's why it's called a Buddha plant. And usually it gets these beautiful leaves coming out right of here, right around here. They haven't come out yet. Maybe it's a little too cold. And as the days get longer, it'll send signals to the plant to start growing. But it's a beautiful little flower here. Also, while we're here, I can show you our fly on the wall. We got this up in Canada. I think it was Nova Scotia. This guy does metal sculpting. It's a great piece. Anyway, let's get back to bonsai. It's cold and damp here today down in Florida. Probably 65 degrees or so. Here's a container of moss that I have. I'm going to wet this down and get it ready. We're going to transplant. We're going to take this out and reposition it. Okay, I just wet down the moss. And, you know, moss is a bryophyte. It lives on the surface of things. It doesn't really have roots. So it needs frequent waterings or mistings if you want to try and keep it alive. And the squirrels, they seem to like to dig this stuff up. Okay, let's take this out and see what's going on. Okay, so we have this plant with a nice drainage hole here. You just push it out and everything seems to come out pretty easily. It's wet and moist. Now the question is what to do with it. I'd like to put it like this a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I think that looks kind of what we need it to look like, so it can then go and stand up and not be pressing against the back wall there. Definitely is better position now. And you still get to see the root structure and what's going on here. So I think this will be fine. Now we're going to put a little moss on it and try and really fix it up and make it look better. Okay, I'm going to take a piece of moss here. And this moss, like I said, comes off of sand. We've got to wash the sand off, which is what I'm going to do with the hose now, and then we'll start to put it on the plant. Okay, so here's the back of the plant. We're just going to take a little moss here and separate it and get the junk off of it and get it here and push it down hard against the sphagnum moss. Take another piece here and you just fit it in little bit by little bit and break it off as you're going. This is a really small plant, so it's pretty simple to do. Okay. I just took this chopstick here and ground it down and made it so it's a little beveled edge. And I can use this as an edger and put this in here and push the stuff down that I want to push down, just to make the plant look neater, get it all together. Some of the other stuff that's sticking up, you can cut off. You come to an area here that looks like it needs a little pushing in and cleaning up. Just make sure you push the moss in good so it's got good contact. Okay, now we'll go. Okay, so here we have it, cleaned up, and like a nice little plant. And the moss will grow into the empty spot, and it should look pretty good out on the lanai, as long as I mist it periodically and keep the squirrels away, which the lanai will do. Okay, that's one. Let's go take a look at the other. Okay, this is a juniper, I think a Parsons juniper, and it's a nice little setting. A nice little mud man here and all this stuff. We're going to cover this up with moss and try and make it look a little better. Okay, I have this piece of moss. It's got a lot of sand on it underneath, so I'm going to spray it lightly and get rid of the sand. Okay, let's start over here. You can see the sand is actually washed through to the top surface here, but that'll all wash away. As you water the plant, all the sand that's in there does wash down through the sphagnum moss and out the hole in the bottom. Just place the stuff in here, press it down good, then go on to work on the other spots. Okay, so I got some more moss and I'm going to lay it down here. Try to take out the sticks and stones and other things that come along with the moss. Just push it in there good. When you see water coming out of it, you know that's good. Okay, there's a couple other little spots here. You can use your chopstick to push them in. Okay, it's got a nice moss surface now. I just want to finish up the edges. Take my little edger here and push it in and try to make it look neater. And likewise on the other side. I use this little edger here to help get some of this stuff here down. Okay, now I'm going to go and just rinse off the pot and finish it up. Okay, along this long branch, you have a couple of pieces that are hanging down. I'm going to trim off because it gives it an upswept look, like the wind has been blowing it up for years. There's also a couple in here that need to get trimmed off, and I'm going to go and trim them up with the scissors pretty simply. Just going to come here and do stuff like that, and we'll be back. Okay, I'm still trimming off some of these little ones that are hanging down, but overall the piece looks pretty good. We're going to go put it back on the lanai and see how it looks on the wall. So here we are, back on the lanai with the plants we just did. They're looking pretty good. This one here, you see now has a nice amount of room to stand up in. So, nice looking tree. So there's little things you can do to make things better here and there. Moss is one of them. Have fun with your bonsai.